Hi, YouTube.
Hey YouTube friends and family, today I'm bringing something very special to my channel. It's one of my best friends. He just got sworn in as the mission director, the USAID mission director for Moldova, and I wanted to put this out so that I could share a little bit of our congratulations to Scott Hocklander and all the folks who came out to see him sworn in. So enjoy.
I, Scott D. Hocklander,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
on which I am about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Deputy Administrator, Blake, I appreciate the comments. That was very nice. Assistant Administrator Bierman, Senior Deputy Administrator Ellis, Burkle, and I don't know, is Alex here? Guests from the government of Moldova, and I'm going to try again with the names too. Ms. Liliana Putan and Ms. Oksana Pudararu. Is that close? Pudararu. Okay, very good. USAID and interagency colleagues, friends, other esteemed colleagues, my family, my actual family, my mom, Alice, my father, David, and of course, my wife, Amy. This is it's an honor to be here today. As I look out on so many friends and colleagues that have been such an integral part of my life and of my path here, I just feel incredibly humbled. And just looking out at all the people. Diana, thank you for coming. Tom, I know Tom Stahl came. Thank you for being here. There's just so many people who are here now, people who haven't been able to make it. Christoph Toko, Dennis Weller. The list just goes on and on. Tom Fry, Ron Libby. These are people who were there for me early on in my career, were formative, and taught me so much. I wouldn't be here without them. In terms of thinking through what I wanted this event to be, as many of you probably know me, I was thinking small, short, quick, and then move on to the work. But as I reflected on the swearing in and what it meant and how it came to be, it was clear to me that this really was an opportunity to celebrate the agency, the colleagues, and the family who were so instrumental in getting me to this point. So I just want to thank everyone for that role and for being part of this ceremony today. As many of you know, I started my federal career nearly 25 years ago with the Forest Service, fighting wildland fires, and eventually became a smoke jumper at the BLM. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into the life story, but I did want to begin there because it's important that through these formative years, I developed the basics of who I am today, including my work ethic, how I push myself both mentally and physically, how to work on teams, both small and large, how to remain calm in emergency situations, to make decisions quickly, to embrace systems and organizations, and how to be a leader, but also a follower in terms of pursuing objectives. My parents weren't exactly thrilled with the occupation, but it served an important purpose in that they figured after surviving those years relatively unscathed that I would probably be all right working as a Foreign Service officer. So they stopped worrying about me long ago. Is that right, Mom? Okay, that may or may not be true. But Mom and Dad, you trusted this path I was on from the start and patiently and persistently supported all of my choices. I love you and I thank you for that. As the deputy administrator pointed out, my mom brought in some of these old shirts that represent many of the teams that led me, here today, that were incredibly important. And just so you know, I was the one that folded all those things nicely. I got a lot of practice packing parachutes during my scope jumping days, but you probably should know that my mother supervised the entire operation. I'm often asked why and how I moved from firefighting to a career at USAID. Of all of the professional opportunities out there, I could think of none better than USAID for combining so many aspects of what I wanted from a career. Public service, helping people around the world, serving my country in times of peace and war, work that you love and are passionate about. It's a long and impressive list. I've taken a non-traditional path in USAID in terms of combining a lot of different hiring mechanisms, but I feel that has been invaluable and really given me a lot of perspective in terms of my career. What USAID offered, what makes it so special for me and for so many of my colleagues, is that it presents us with challenges that demand the very best of what we have to offer each and every day. To succeed, we are required to access every skill, every lesson, every physical and mental reserve we have in our repertoire to rise to the moment. Standing here today, that requirement is as true now as it was on the very first day I had with the agency, and I find this so unique and fulfilling. I've been incredibly fortunate to work across a broad range of USAID offices and bureaus, and with some of the best and most dedicated professionals in the agency. I'm here today because of colleagues in OFDA, Food for Peace, OTI, OWAPA, Africa Bureau. To name a few, these are families that mentored, trained, and befriended me. They shared some of the greatest challenges that the agency and the US government faced abroad, demonstrated enormous courage in responding to them, and helped me develop the skills I needed to rise to the moment and to get the best out of myself. USAID even prepared me for the moment that I met my wife, Amy McQuaid, a fellow Foreign Service officer in Kinshasa. Or should I say, how to recover from initial failure and to try new approaches until eventually finding what works. What the agency did for me as a professional is also what the agency does on a global scale, in the sense that it helps identify the potential in individuals, groups, and nations, and provides the resources, tools, and methodologies to assist them to be the best they can be. This process is iterative and cumulative and represents the all-important journey towards self-reliance. It will be an honor and a privilege taking everything I have experienced and learned throughout my career to serve as the next mission director to Moldova. Returning to Eastern Europe feels like completing a circle, continuous circle. My first international experience, the one that really ignited my passion for this field, was attending the American University in Bulgaria 25 years ago. In talking to friends and colleagues about the assignment to Moldova, I've been amazed at the number of connections there are to this country. Their faces light up as they tell me their story and talk about the beauty of the country and its people. I wanted to say Bună Ziua and La Mulțumesc. It's Independence Day for Moldova, I think yesterday. I wanted to mention that. As the Deputy Administrator and Assistant Administrator mentioned, it is an extraordinary time in Moldova, as a new government led by Prime Minister Sandu offers new hope for the country. USAID, as it has been for the past 20 years, is partnering with the Moldovan government and the Moldovan people to strengthen governance, rule of law, to ensure transparency of information, combat corruption at all levels, and develop an economy, a competitive economy, that attracts investment and trade with Europe and elsewhere. I'm thrilled to be joining Ambassador Hogan's team and leading the USAID mission, which I've heard so many great things about, to continue that assistance and work with the new coalition on its priorities in the days and weeks ahead. I'd like to conclude by thanking Administrator Green for his trust in assigning me to this critical post, to the Deputy Administrator for hosting and for being so generous with your time with myself and my family. And also specifically to Brock and Margot for your support in the days and months ahead. I'll need them and I'll appreciate them. I wanted to say just a quick thanks to Weber and Nick for doing everything to put this together. It's much appreciated. And just a final thank you to everyone in attendance for sharing this moment with me and my family. Thank you.
Subscribe, but like below.